Yujiro Hanma vs Pickle in an all-out fight is something we would love to see. We've almost got it multiple times actually. However, if it was to occur, it shouldn't be as close as many in the fandom like to believe, especially now with the release of the Pickle arc in anime form, people's first time experiencing that arc. I'll explain everything about this matchup throughout this video. First, let's remind everyone of the narrative that actually occurred throughout the Pickle arc, which is actually quite controversial, but everything will be revealed. We have Pickle introduced to the main cast of characters, leading into Yujiro approaching the beast and offering his challenge, in the form of a strength test. As it begins, Pickle is fairly casual, with Yujiro beginning to add his force, resulting in Pickle to begin his dinosaur comparisons, viewing Yujiro as a T-Rex, the strongest opponent he faced in his time, causing Pickle to begin unleashing his power as he's now excited, with the motion shown in these panels and in the anime here, and Yujiro as a response to flip Pickle on the ground, then making a statement that is very controversial. If you don't know, we don't have an official English translation for the Baki manga up to this point, with one group being highly respected by the fandom and is considered the best translations, and another which for some unknown reason is more popular to I guess people in the comment section of my videos, is someone that no one really likes and has been exposed of just making up translations at multiple points throughout the series. As such, many people had a misunderstanding of what actually happened in the scene, whether Yujiro used the trick on Pickle or Pickle used the trick on Yujiro. Now that we have the anime scene for this fight, we can finally end this debate. This is the screenshot here. Yujiro said that Pickle made me pull a move on him, meaning Pickle, when it comes to raw strength, forced Yujiro in this exchange to use a move on him, referring to techniques, to pretty much save himself from being embarrassed. End of discussion. With this not being majorly important to the fight itself, this is something we've been waiting for the reveal of and is somewhat relevant. For the future of the Pickle arc, we have Baki when it comes to his imagination training, preparing of course throughout his whole life for Yujiro, but when trying to imagine how strong Pickle is, he can't really do it, making him think that Pickle may actually be stronger than his father. I will address this scene in context with later stuff in the manga shortly. Yujiro claims when Pickle is about to fight Baki in the final of the arc that he's going to fight the winner. As we know, he never fought Pickle after that, and Baki was the one who ended up fighting him in the next arc. If you look at the fight itself between Baki and Pickle, who do you think won? If you look at the end of the fight, who's standing, who's knocked out, you could say Pickle, but if you read the fight or watch it now, which is of course a lot of people I guess first time experiencing it, do you think Pickle was a better fighter than Baki? I hope not. We had people like Hanayama who was watching the fight feeling bad for the beating Baki was giving Pickle, and the only reason Baki really lost this fight is trying to face Pickle in raw strength alone at the end of the clash, which of course didn't end well. Pickle already demonstrated that he's physically stronger than the likes of Yujiro at the start of the arc, so what was he expecting? I'm not denying that Pickle is the strongest when it comes to physical power and maybe even durability, but that's during Pickle's arc itself. This actually came out in the manga, or began coming out, in 2006, meaning this arc is over 10 years old, with the Baki's manga serialization continuing since then, and I'll go over everything that's revealed in that now. But first, subscribe to the channel, road to 100k. When it comes to the fight between Yujiro and Baki, I talked about Baki's imagination regarding Pickle in the Pickle arc. Yujiro during that fight actually surpassed Baki's imagination for what he was expecting. However, Baki's imagination did get kinda busted by the end of the fight, which connected to the climax, with Yujiro also having the ability to use it, and instead of pulling out some like crazy dinosaur-like move, Yujiro pulled out himself, which was a very badass scene. During this fight itself, it's very clear that Yujiro is the stronger one, and I made a full breakdown of the entire fight in this video here that goes into great detail about everything that really happens. We have statements that Yujiro is the pinnacle of physical force, which of course most likely refers to raw strength. If you don't know, Baki characters get stronger. I've been saying this for years. Yujiro especially, and more likely the case considering he almost got clowned on by Pickle. Just look at who Yujiro is as a character. Someone who's very prideful as being known as the strongest. Him admitting that Pickle made him lose a move and his whole demeanor during that scene. For example, after this exchange, he went to the military person to actually help everyone escape. That doesn't really seem like the regular Yujiro would see in the story. Then while Baki is getting stronger to fight Pickle and demonstrated his superiority when using techniques, Yujiro before facing Baki in their fight also pulled up on Oliver and embarrassed him as well. So wouldn't it make sense that Yujiro felt like he needed to get stronger? Or do people still believe Yujiro from Grapple Baki is the same strength that we get to see him right now in the manga? I really hope not. But now let's look at the Musashi arc for more comparisons. Yujiro was able to drop Musashi, which of course is very impressive, forced Musashi to use his swordless style, which can be argued and most likely is the strongest version of Musashi we got to see during the arc. Yes, Musashi not using a sword is a stronger version of him, as before he came back to life, this was when he achieved his peak, and now having a more prime body to use this peak in combat against someone on the same level as him, Yujiro. Then with the Musashi vs Pickle fight, Pickle is very clearly more durable and most likely the physical stronger one, but when it comes to speed and of course skill, Musashi is much superior. We already got to see what technique Baki did to Pickle. Musashi is superior to that Baki, of course it wasn't going to end well. He did use his sword to slice him up, but in the end he made Pickle actually fear him and run away. So if you compare the fights against Musashi, it's very clear which one performed better. One fight was inconclusive with Yujiro actually dropping his opponent, and the other was Musashi pretty much dominating the majority of the fight and making Pickle actually run away. If Yujiro is superior to a stronger version of Baki than the one that clowned on Pickle, who do you think should actually be a stronger fighter? Baki, after the Pickle fight, continued to train for a whole arc before facing his father, and can be argued to have gotten stronger as well. Also, Baki just didn't use his demon back when facing Pickle and did against Yujiro. So just have a think about it, what do you believe? Now I'm going to go over some more so major spoilers for very recent stuff in the Baki manga. If you don't know, Pickle at the end of the Sumo arc, which has now ended and we're getting a new manga in the middle of August, returned to the story looking much buffer than he has ever before. The bulk has definitely been going well. So Pickle now being stronger is most definitely the case, and he's already having a hinted rematch against Jack in this one chapter. As you know, the Jack arc is currently occurring and will most likely be what the next manga is focused on, or at least the first arc of the next manga. So we'll be getting more from Pickle in the manga, but of course Jack's overall goal when you look at the narrative is of course Yujiro, so current Yujiro being stronger than current Pickle is most likely the case when you consider the narrative as well. Showings go to Yujiro, narrative goes to Yujiro. As such, I don't really think this fight is all that close, but Pickle is absolutely goated regardless. That's everything for today's video guys, check out the other stuff in the description. Hope you enjoyed, new setup, hope you like it. That's it guys, peace.